eyewitnessnews.com. That will do it for us for Eyewitness News at 6.
Welcome to World News. Tonight, the deadly new wave of attacks on the heart of Iraq's government. The Green Zone is becoming ground zero. Garden State infernos. Thousands of families in New Jersey forced out of their homes as wildfires close in. Abortion wars. States move to curtail abortion after the Supreme Court approves the biggest restrictions since Roe v. Wade. And board games. Family games for an impatient generation. Can you imagine Monopoly in 20 minutes?
From ABC News headquarters, this is World News with Charles Gibson.
Good evening. There was more dramatic evidence today that no place in Iraq is really safe. We often use the term green zone on this broadcast, the heavily fortified section of Baghdad containing the U.S. Embassy, the Prime Minister's residence, Iraq's parliament. Well, since the U.S. military surge began a few weeks ago, there have been 64 attacks on the green zone. And there was proof today that the mortar attacks are becoming more precise. ABC's Terry McCarthy is in Baghdad.
It is the center of U.S. power in Iraq, and it is increasingly coming under fire. Today, 4 mortars landed on Prime Minister Maliki's parking lot, killing 2 of his drivers and injuring 10 others. Maliki, who was giving a speech in a hotel less than a mile away at the time, was unharmed.
Just a short time ago, we heard 13 explosions in the green zone here behind me. Americans living there say they're concerned both about the increasing frequency and the accuracy of these attacks.
2 Americans were killed right outside the U.S. Embassy. Now, embassy staff have been told to wear flak jackets and helmets when walking outside. But hundreds of Americans are still sleeping in trailers with soft roofs that offer no protection against mortars. A more secure embassy is under construction, but is not scheduled to open until later this year. Most attacks are launched from populated neighborhoods. The U.S. can't fire back for fear of hitting civilians. Many of the attacks seem timed to embarrass the U.S. and the Iraqi government. A mortar landed outside the embassy when Vice President Dick Cheney visited last week. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon was shaken during a press conference with Maliki in March. It was a bad day in the green zone, but an even worse day for Iraqis and the rest of the country. 41 died in a series of attacks. Apart from the very real threat in the green zone, each mortar carries a symbolic message. Even at the heart of American power here, no one is completely safe. Terry McCarthy, ABC News, Baghdad.
The U.S. military is trying a new tactic in the massive search for those 3 missing soldiers feared captured by al-Qaeda outside Baghdad. Leaflets and sound trucks are spreading word that there's a $200,000 reward for information leading to their safe return. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill today, the Senate took more votes on pulling U.S. troops out of Iraq starting this fall. The idea was not approved, but each time the Senate votes, the sentiment for a quick withdrawal seems to get stronger. And the Democratic presidential candidates are proving the most outspoken in favor of the idea. Jake Tapper, our senior political correspondent, is on Capitol Hill again tonight. Jake?
Good evening, Charlie. Well, as you said, the vote was merely symbolic, but the symbolism spoke volumes. What was considered radical just a few months ago on Capitol Hill is now mainstream Democratic thought.
Today, a majority of Senate Democrats voted to withdraw all U.S. combat troops from Iraq within 4 months, with all troops gone by next March.
There are those of us who believe very strongly that redeployment of our forces should begin and terminate within the year.
It is clear the change is in the air.
A startling shift. Once cautious Democrats now trying to outflank one another on the anti-war left. Senator Hillary Clinton was booed last June for opposing timetables for troop withdrawal.
Nor do I think it is smart strategy to set a date certain. I do not agree that that is in the best interest of our troops or our country.
Today, she voted for precisely such a timetable.
Well, the situation has continued to evolve. If we were making progress, if I thought the Iraqis were ready to make the tough decisions, you might have seen a different vote. I don't see that.
But many analysts caution against a withdrawal that is too sudden and say the bill Democrats voted for today could make matters worse.
What you would almost certainly see is a rise in insurgent activity in Iraq, an increase in the bloodletting, an increase in the civil war.
The worst case is a larger regional conflict, deeper sectarian violence in Iraq, and also the prospects of some sort of al-Qaeda strongholds inside the country.
But when the Democratic presidential candidates are asked how they might respond to such consequences, their answers seem vague.
As we withdrew our combat troops out of Iraq, I would not leave the region. I think we need a troop presence in Kuwait.
But what if you're wrong? Right. What if al-Qaeda continues to build? What if the Shiites unleash a genocide on the Sunnis?
There are no good options in Iraq right now. We have bad options and worse options.
The tide is turning on the Republican side of the aisle as well. And as you know, Charlie, if there is not serious progress in Iraq by this fall, you should expect to see many Republican senators voting to withdraw U.S. troops as well. Charlie?
Jake Tapper on Capitol Hill tonight. Thanks. Well, the British military reversed itself today, saying Britain's most famous soldier, Prince Harry, will not be sent to Iraq. After all, Britain's top general cited threats by insurgents to kill Harry, third in line to the British throne. The general said the risk to the prince and to the troops with him is simply too great. In Gaza, this has been the worst day of Palestinian infighting in months. Gun battles sent residents and journalists running for cover. Gunmen from the Hamas faction shot dead 6 bodyguards from the rival Fatah faction and mistakenly ambushed a jeep carrying Hamas fighters, killing 5 of their own. We reported a few weeks ago on the creation of an Hamas-Fatah unity government for the Palestinians, but it obviously has not worked. Back in this country, in New Jersey, firefighters are hoping for rain to help them in the fight against a roaring wildfire that has burned more than 13,500 acres in the southern part of the state. Wildfires in the sparsely populated south and west are common, but these fires are in the nation's most densely populated state. ABC's Gigi Stone is in Warren Grove, New Jersey, tonight. Gigi?
Good evening, Charlie. Rainstorms coming down right now could bring firefighters some much-needed relief. Hot, dry conditions all day have made it difficult for them to fight this blaze. Gusting winds whipped up the fire today, flames reaching as high as 100 feet into the air.
It's very hot. The winds are blowing extremely hard. We're trying to stop the fire from jumping any of our control lines.
I'd rather take a building fire over one of these, because a building fire I can predict. I know what it's going to do. This I don't know.
Plumes of smoke closed down area highways, and the threat of fire on the move forced the evacuation of residents from 2,500 homes, including elderly from retirement homes.
I want to see if I got a house. I have a heart condition. I got medicine at home. I got to go get it.
Firefighters spent the day setting and putting out controlled burns like this one in order to clear dry brush that would otherwise fuel the fire. But the efforts were not enough to stop the blaze from claiming these homes in Barnegat Township.
We had basically a firestorm come in and take over everything. We did the best we could, but nobody got hurt, so that's all that matters.
All of this is believed to have been sparked during an Air Force training exercise when an F-16 dropped a flare onto a bombing range.
Sometime during that sequence of events, there were flares that were dispersed from one of the aircraft.
Today, the Air Force said it is launching an investigation. Now, fire officials say thunderstorms won't necessarily put out these fires because they tend to bring high winds and spotty rains. Charlie?
All right, Gigi Stone in southern New Jersey tonight. We're going to turn next to the world's worst humanitarian crisis, the Darfur region of Sudan. Hundreds of thousands of citizens killed there by government militias. People around the world ask, why isn't more being done to stop it? Why, for instance, haven't UN soldiers been sent in to enforce a peace? Well, one answer is oil. Sudan has it, and a major player on the world scene wants it, as ABC senior foreign correspondent Jim Sciutto reports from Sudan.
Not long ago, this was Khartoum's busiest market. Now it's giving way to this, and the capital's famously unpaved roads replaced with new highways. What changed? Oil. And all that oil wealth helps many in Sudan's booming capital forget the suffering in Darfur.
I think, first of all, politics and business should be separated.
Osama Abdul Latif is building a $5 billion city center, in part with money from China. China has become Sudan's biggest trading partner. It buys more than 2/3 of its oil. Chinese influence is visible across the country. Construction sites full of Chinese workers, and for Khartoum's upwardly mobile professionals, Chinese language lessons. For years, the only way for these people to cross the Nile was by boat in a ferry like this one. But next year, that's going to change. They're going to be able to use this new bridge going up over here, built by the Chinese, paid for with oil money. Many believe oil money is also buying Sudan diplomatic cover in Darfur. Beijing has blocked efforts to send UN peacekeepers there without Sudanese consent, prompting accusations Beijing is complicit in Sudan's genocide in Darfur.
They are able to do what they want in Darfur in the knowledge and in the expectation that many countries around the world care more about extracting their natural resources than care about genocide.
China has even sold Sudan hundreds of millions of dollars in weapons. It was only last week, under the threat of a possible boycott of Beijing's Olympic Games, that China began to relent, saying it might contribute to a peacekeeping force. But the violence in Darfur carries on. To critics, lives traded for oil. Jim Sciutto, ABC News, Khartoum.
Still ahead on this broadcast, the battle over abortion goes local. Many states now weighing tough new restrictions. And we'll take a closer look. News today about an explosion in the availability of dangerous prescription drugs, how it has become so easy even for children to buy them. And some classic American board games get a modern makeover. How do you play Monopoly at warp speed?
This is World News with Charles Gibson, brought to you by Edward Jones.
$30,000. Do I hear 40? $40,000. Do I hear 50? 50,000. I have 50,000 sold to the gentleman in the center.
Hi.
Moving on. This is a 19th.
Okay, I want to go ahead and sell it now.
Sell what?
That thing I bought.
Constantly buying and selling stocks doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones advises clients to buy long-term investments. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Ranked highest in investor satisfaction with full-service brokerage firms by J.D. Power and Associates.
Have you stopped sleeping as well as you used to? Do you wake up before you want to and then just toss and turn? Maybe it's time to ask your doctor if Lunesta's right for you. For a limited time, you're invited to take the Lunesta 7-Night Challenge. Ask your doctor how to get 7 nights of Lunesta absolutely free and see if it's the sleep aid you've been looking for. Non-narcotic Lunesta can help you get a full night's sleep. Lunesta helps you fall asleep quickly, so take it right before bed. Be sure you have at least 8 hours to devote to sleep before becoming active. Until you know how you react to Lunesta, you should not drive or operate machinery. Do not take Lunesta with alcohol. Most sleep medicines carry some risk of dependency. Side effects may include unpleasant taste, headache, drowsiness, and dizziness. Hurry! The Lunesta 7-Night Challenge ends May 31st. Get your coupon at lunesta.com and ask your doctor today.
It's 30 shrimp at Red Lobster. Mix and match your 2 favorites like decadent scampi, creamy pasta, hand-breaded, or try new savory garlic grilled shrimp. 30 shrimp for $12.99 and soon, only at Red Lobster.
Want bigger, more beautiful potted plants? Miracle-Gro makes it easy with moisture control potting mix. Watch. The soil is so amazing, it actually stores water, only releasing it when plants need it, taking the guesswork out of watering. Plus, there's Miracle-Gro plant food mixed right in that feeds for 3 months. So plants grow twice as big. Easy and amazing. Want it big? Want it beautiful? Make it Miracle-Gro.
Look at all this room! It's an enterprise rental heading toward a weekend adventure at 50% off. That's Friday to Monday, 50% off. Most cars, most weekends, most neighborhood locations. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Last month, the Supreme Court upheld a ban on the procedure called partial birth abortion. Some thought the decision would have limited impact. There are not very many of such procedures performed. But abortion opponents were heartened by the ruling, and so already this year, 23 bills have been introduced in 15 states to further restrict abortion. The issues being debated state by state. ABC's Jan Crawford Greenberg takes a closer look, reporting from one battleground state, Alabama.
At clinics across the country,
hey, how you doing?
Women are not thinking about the Supreme Court or abortion rights.
Could be doing better, huh? Yeah. We'll do better and get this behind us.
But in state legislatures from Alabama to Rhode Island, the court's decision upholding a partial birth abortion ban has ignited debate and galvanized activists on both sides.
That decision, I think, was a pivotal decision that energized not only me, but probably energized a lot of pro-lifers all over the country.
Clinics in states like Alabama already face a number of restrictions: 24-hour waiting periods, parental consent requirements, and pamphlets with detailed pictures of developing fetuses. They worry that more burdensome restrictions on abortion are just a matter of time.
Can you see the heart beating inside there?
They may be right. Some states now are debating legislation requiring clinics to offer ultrasounds so women can see the fetus. Others want women advised the fetus could feel pain.
It just means more hoops will jump through. Those restrictions don't stop women from having abortions. One of these days, they'll figure that out.
Some states may already have. Alabama and Missouri introduced legislation that would ban abortion outright, even though the Supreme Court has given no indication it will allow states to prohibit abortion.
The Supreme Court right now does not appear likely to overturn Roe versus Wade, and instead is likely to chip away at some of the outer boundaries of abortion rights.
Some states are taking no chances. Abortion rights supporters in New York and Rhode Island are proposing laws, like those already on the books in 7 other states, protecting abortion rights if the court did overturn Roe.
New York State will continue to be a beacon of civil rights and protection of women's rights in particular.
The court's recent decision tests how far politicians will go and what voters will accept in the explosive moral debate over abortion. Jan Crawford Greenberg, ABC News, Birmingham, Alabama.
And to find out what's happening with legislation in your state, we've compiled the latest information in a list at our website, abcnews.com. Coming up, the booming internet dealers peddling powerful drugs. Even children now don't need a prescription.
My life changed in an instant. I lost my job, and as a result, I lost my health insurance. The first thought in my head was, how am I going to get my medication I need? I was in a lot of trouble.
I've met so many hardworking people in America who just need a little help. I had no insurance.
It was important for me to get those medications.
And the PPA has been there for many of them. We've been to nearly 1,000 cities in all 50 states, helping more than 3 million people in need. If you're uninsured and struggling, America's pharmaceutical companies want to help. Call 1-888-4PPA now to see if you may qualify. Tell the trained specialist the names of your medicines and you could get them for free or nearly free.
It's as easy as a phone call. PPA saves me $1,300 a month.
Take control of your health. Start by calling 1-888-4PPA now.
It really brought tears to my eyes that there really is hope out there.
Without my wife and PPA, I don't know if I could have been here today. The Partnership for Prescription Assistance, on the road to helping you.
We're having the time of our lives. We're healthy, and we got Medicare supplement insurance for when we're not. And you should see the look on the kids' faces when we pull up in this thing.
Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company. Insure life. Begin today.
Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car. Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car. Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car.
Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car.
With more horsepower than a BMW 525i and America's best warranty, it's no wonder Hyundai Sonata owners love their cars so much. Hyundai, smart move.
Oh, what a perfect day. Oh no, nasal allergy congestion strikes again. It's everywhere, outside and in. Prescription Nasonex helps relieve congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Maybe that's why 6 million people used Nasonex last year.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
For congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms, ask your doctor about Nasonex.
Sitting still isn't for us, so I needed a pain reliever for my arthritis pain. Then I got something just for my aching shoulder. Different pains, different pain relievers, but now Advil is my every pain reliever. Works wherever I hurt. I'm all Advil.
Think filling up one of these is expensive? Try filling up one of these. Bread, bacon, veggies, eggs, soda, you name it. Why are prices now out of control? What's really behind this supermarket sticker shock? Find out tomorrow on World News with Charles Gibson.
A month after the horrific shootings at Virginia Tech, lawmakers in South Carolina have tentatively approved a measure that would put more guns in schools. A House subcommittee there of the state legislature approved a measure that would allow anyone with a permit to carry a gun into any public school from first grade all the way to college. Governor Mark Sanford has not yet said if he'll support the measure. A new report out today says anyone, even children, can now buy powerful drugs over the internet, even without a prescription. It found 581 websites advertising or selling controlled prescription drugs, many more than last year. The head of the group that did the study says the internet has become a pharmaceutical candy store. Here's ABC's Lisa Stark.
A click of a mouse and there they are, links to powerful drugs online. Painkillers OxyContin and Vicodin, sedatives Valium and Xanax, stimulants Ritalin and Adderall.
If drug dealers came into our neighborhood selling these kinds of drugs, Americans would be up in arms.
Not only are these sites taking off, but 84% of them do not require a prescription to buy.
All a child needs is a credit card number and access to a computer, and you've got drugs.
We decided to search for ourselves. We've typed in buy Ritalin. Now we get more than 1 million hits. Some of these are educational sites warning you not to buy online. But here's one, no prescriptions needed. And if I click buy now, it promises we guarantee your hard-to-find medication without prescription or your money back. Many of these sites make you answer health questions before issuing medications. Francine Haight's teenage son, Ryan, died from an overdose of Vicodin that he bought online.
These drug dealers are getting away with making millions of dollars at the cost of our children's lives.
The Drug Enforcement Administration is cracking down, arresting owners of websites and seizing drugs, but it's barely making a dent. Now lawmakers are considering legislation requiring a doctor to personally examine a patient before the online sale of a controlled substance. But critics say even that won't be enough. Lisa Stark, ABC News, Washington.
We have a death to note tonight. The oldest child of Martin Luther King Jr. has died. Yolanda King, who was only 51, tried to carry on her father's dream of racial equality and harmony as a speaker, author, actress, and producer. No official cause of death, but the King family says it might have been a heart problem. And when we come back, the games that people play quickly. Classic board games facing a modern time crunch.
You love whole grains, chicken, salmon, and leafy greens. Help your cat eat just as healthy with Naturals from Purina Cat Chow. Delicious ingredients cats love and no added artificial flavors or preservatives. You live well, you eat right. Help your cat do the same. Naturals from Purina Cat Chow. Physical, emotional, complete. That's the Purina Cat Chow way of life.
Blue sky smiling at me, nothing but blue sky.
Today, there's a fuel that, when paired with advanced diesel engines, will help reduce truck emissions by 90%. And that means bluer skies and cleaner air for all of us. Introducing new ultra-low sulfur diesel. From the people who bring you oil and natural gas. Learn more at energytomorrow.org.
Presenting Miracle-Gro Liquifeed, the only garden feeder that works with ready-to-use liquid Miracle-Gro. It's a revolutionary way to grow a great garden. Liquifeed makes feeding as easy as watering. No measuring, mixing, or guessing. Just attach, insert, and feed. Plants get the perfect balance of water and nutrients to grow twice as big. Now, nothing can hold you or your garden back. Liquifeed from Miracle-Gro.
Did you know 1 in 2 women will develop bone or breast health issues?
Really?
I didn't know that.
One-A-Day Women's is the only complete multivitamin with more calcium for strong bones, and now more vitamin D, which emerging research suggests may support breast health. One-A-Day Women's.
It's not just the sun you should care about. It's your sunscreen. SPF only measures UVB rays, not UVA rays. Rays that can cause skin damage, skin aging, and skin cancer. That's why Neutrogena created Ultra Sheer with Helioplex. It provides the highest level of UVA and UVB protection there is. Unless your sunscreen has Helioplex, you're not using the best protection. Helioplex, exclusively in Neutrogena products. No wonder Neutrogena Sunblock is recommended most by dermatologists.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Thursday.
I met a woman last night.
Should I be worried or something?
Yeah, you should be worried.
The season finale of television's biggest drama.
You will get married.
I'm in love with you.
Grey's Anatomy. Thursday at 9/8 Central. Only on ABC.
GMA tomorrow. Toasters, microwaves, dishwashers. Did you know that half of all recalled household appliances are still in use in homes across America? Could one be in your home? Are you sure? Before you answer that, don't miss this Good Morning America consumer alert.
Finally tonight, faster family fun. Do you remember the old days when you gathered on the living room floor for a leisurely game of Monopoly or Scrabble? Well, in this age of overscheduled lives and dwindling attention spans, the board game makers have decided they need to pick up the pace. It's sort of I'll buy Boardwalk Pass, go and take a ride on the Reading, all at the same time. Here's John Berman.
For generations, it has been an American rite of passage.
No one can stop me now.
Or non-passage, that is.
Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
But these days, who has time for jail? A game of Monopoly can take hours.
Certainly, they're finding less and less time to have big chunks where they may have previously spent playing the board games.
Hasbro, which makes most of the world's most recognizable board games, ran focus groups where parents and children said their schedules were just too packed to play.
We're really, really busy.
In the lower grades, you've got time to play games, but not anymore.
It's kind of hard growing up, huh?
Yeah.
Man, it doesn't get any better, believe me.
Yeah.
To meet these saturated schedules, Hasbro is launching new versions of Monopoly, Scrabble, and Sorry, designed to play in 20 minutes or less. They're called Express games.
We're not asking parents, stop everything you're doing and let's play a game. We're saying we're going to fit games into the day that you already have scheduled.
In Express Scrabble, there are time limits for each turn.
All right, get some good letters, baby.
Simon.
Get some good letters.
You roll dice with letters on them, and there are only 2 words on the board at once. Express Monopoly does away with all the cash and cards. The properties are on 12 dice you roll at once.
Maybe we should roll again.
You play for points and can get a Monopoly in just 1 roll.
Oh.
Hasbro will keep making the traditional games too. But for some people, whatever the length, the outcome is inevitable.
That took exactly 7 minutes for you to beat everyone, including me.
John Berman, ABC News, East Longmeadow, Massachusetts.
It used to take me 20 minutes to dole out the 2 500s, 200s, 250s, 620s, et cetera, et cetera. That is World News for this Wednesday. I'm Charlie Gibson, and I hope you had a good day. For all of us at ABC News, have a good night.
Tonight,
we stop living in fear.
The battle lines are drawn.
If any of them get in your way, kill them.
The showdown is coming.
When they show up, we're going to blow them all to hell.
An all-new Lost. Tonight at 10/9 Central. Only on ABC.
All new. It's party time in my neighborhood, and you all are invited too. Wait until you see who I'm bringing to this bash. Next Oprah. Tomorrow at 3 here on ABC 7.
Bankers, what are you doing?
Well, can't you see, Bill? We're ready to open our WAMU accounts online.
You're naked.
Yes, you said we could open a WAMU free checking account in under 7 minutes.
Without even getting dressed. In the nude. I also said you didn't need paperwork, but I didn't think you'd go nude on me. I feel as free as a barn swallow. I'm gonna pretend I never saw this.
Open a WAMU free checking account instantly with no paperwork at WAMU.com.
We should have done this years ago.
Bye.